Well, Flying Ryan was a pretty ridiculous way to start off the year, but it's not a well I can keep coming back to. So allow me to introduce you to Full Moon Pictures.
It's Matt's Fun Time Bad Movie Show, starring Matt. Today's episode, Murdercycle.
Full Moon Pictures, the creators of over 200 horror, sci-fi, and fantasy films, has opened its doors on the World Wide Web.
You remember when I said all my reviews are connected? Well, Full Moon is the black hole they all orbit around.
Full Moon Entertainment, or Full Moon Pictures, is the brainchild of director-producer Charles Band, that focuses primarily on low-budget horror movies. They do have some genuinely good films, like the Puppet Master series or the Subspecies movies.
I did written reviews of the Subspecies series. Shameless plug!
But they're known mostly for their low-budget flicks. They have some horror movies that are extremely humorous without trying to be, and several horror movies that are trying to be funny and just hurt.
Which leads us to today's film.
Hey, Matt.
Yes?
Where do you find this shit?
I'm glad you asked.
Did he just say Murdercycle? Dude, do you think there's a movie called Murdercycle?
There is!
Murdercycle is a first draft Death Clock song title. Actually, it's a 1999 film from director Tom Calloway, in his only directorial credit. Always reassuring. The film was written by Daniel Elliott, who also has his only credit on this film, and Neil Stevens, who's worked on a handful of other Full Moon pictures, including 2 Puppet Master movies.
Someday, my sweet.
He also wrote Hellraiser 7. Truly the best of the series. The film stars Charles Wesley. Not the composer Charles Wesley, who wrote Hark the Herald Angels Sing, like IMDb seems to think he is, but a small-time actor who was in not much. He stars alongside Robert Donovan, who was in a lot of porn. And on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, the film features David A.R. White, who starred in a lot of Pure Flix films, including God's Not Dead.
So to recap, people with no experience, porn stars, and people in Christploitation films. Full Moon really does reach every direction but up.
The film opens on a guy taking notes. Thrilling, says the guy taking notes on the guy taking notes.
But hey, I'm not the obvious first kill.
But a biker pulls up to the secret government lab he's working at. What nefarious thing is he up to?
I can't believe I'm lost again.
Thrilling. But there's a motorcycle, so that's 50% of the title. And 50% is half the battle. Then a really convincing effect flies in. So the biker dude investigates the meteor, and black alien material inside jumps out and turns him into a radical but evil black-suited version of himself.
Sounds vaguely familiar.
We have a red security alert. Intruder is riding a, motorcycle.
So close.
There was a meadow.
You know what's dumber than shooting something protected by a metal shield with 2 giant lasers on it? Shooting the same thing twice when the first bullets didn't work.
Sorry, bub, we're 9 minutes in without an opening kill. Goodbye. Wait, did he just virtual boy him to death? Then we meet our lead character, Sergeant Kirby. He's a suspended Marine who's hired to investigate the Murdercycle because it's so super secret, no active duty Marine can know about it. Yes, really. We're introduced to 2 other members of his team who have some wacky comedic banter.
When you think about it, it's like we're our own kind of Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that's what comic this reminds me of.
Who are you?
Who else? I'm Mr. Fantastic.
If you say so. Along with the not-so-fantastic 2, we meet Dr. Lee, who's psychic. Seriously. Dr. Adams, who doesn't seem to have any purpose. And Agent Wood, a CIA operative. Wood. 'Cause he's a porn star. So they immediately start having problems with Dr. Lee, because women are inept. Or maybe civilians are inept. Probably both. So they make it to the super top secret cabin in the woods.
Looks like a friggin' outhouse.
Oh, and look, Murdercycle has predator vision. How original. So Dr. Adams asks about Lee's telepathy.
Telepathy is only a part of what I do. A better term would be psychometry. You see, all objects possess an inner life. They remember things about the events and people they come into contact with. Impressions of an individual can be transmitted to an object which that person has in his possession. Those impressions can be...
Warrant! Oh, what?
Come on, you're a movie called Murdercycle. No one cares about midichlorians or whatever.
I don't want to panic anybody.
Ooh, her spider sense is tingling.
Wait a minute. Dr. Lee, Sergeant Kirby, Mr. Fantastic, Spidey Senses, the obvious Venom ripoff. Oh my god, the writers of this film were huge comic book nerds. Nerds!
Anyway, Dr. Stan Lee senses the Murdercycle. Then everyone else senses him when they physically see and hear him. Dude, it's unlocked. But Sergeant Jack Kirby is starting to distrust the CIA agent.
What makes you think I know any more than you? 3 words. CIA.
Those are letters, but yeah, close enough. Dr. Sean Spencer tries to read his mind, but...
He's blocking me.
He's been trained to block psychics. I'd make fun of that, but in the 60s, the real CIA hired a coven of black witches to cast a spell on the Soviets. Never change America.
Seema, if he moves, shoot him.
You don't have the authority, pal.
Maybe not. But you can take that up with the commission when we get back.
Oh wait, no. You'll be dead. So they go do a sweep of the pointless old West town.
Because of all the things Flying Ryan and Murdercycle would have shared, it would have been a pointless old West town.
And they run into the cycle of murder. Yeah, keep flashing those guns, bro. It's not like we've already established he can deflect bullets. And holy crap, for an alien with predator vision, he has the worst aim.
It smells like motor oil, but it's not oil.
Well, whatever it is, it looks like we've done some damage.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Then Secret Agent Man takes out one of the Fantastic Deuce and takes his gun.
This wasn't supposed to happen, son.
Oh wow, you are rapidly approaching Agent Waller from Suicide Squad levels of unlikable. Wait, what?
Why'd you shoot the radio, man?
Oh, boo.
And then he just gives him the gun. So take him back to base. Those were your orders. So Kirby finds the dead body.
You okay, Doc?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Feeling expendable over there? No, not really. Seriously, this doctor has no distinguishable characteristics. So naturally, when the aliens show up, the first one to die is Mr. Fantastic? But he was like an actual character. Not a good character, but a character. Have you guys noticed there's a lot of arguing in this movie? Like a lot of arguing?
Bullshit! I'm not taking the rap for this! And I tell you what else. We're gonna go back up to that cabin. And we're gonna radio Henderson for an airlift. And when they get it...
Nobody's radioing anybody.
And FBI dude imagines raping Dr. Psyduck to keep her from reading his thoughts. You are a really shitty dude, you know that? That's so Stan Lee senses someone else, and they meet a nerdy dude who snuck into the facility, which it's revealed is an alien observatory facility.
Got this whole Star Cruiser and a church on the far side of town, but I lost the key somewhere.
Well, these must belong to you, then.
What is this, a point-and-click adventure? Let me take this totally innocuous thing. Oh, lucky me, I needed it to beat the game.
That's it. Kirby, place this man under arrest.
Mr. Wood, if anybody's going to be placed under arrest, it's going to be you.
Yeah, you spook. Mr. Secret Agent Man. With your freaking CIA issue shoes.
Oh joy, the nerd can take part in the arguing and is somehow more annoying than Mr. Fantastic. Blah 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 blah. Oh hey, he's got a key to get into the mysterious bunker they found.
The code to open the door is 32760.
No, it's not. He just sticks it in and it works. No code necessary. So they take it Scooby-Doo style, with Kirby, FBI agent, and Neil Patrick Harris's character from Starship Trooper. I'm sorry, I'm out of famous mind readers. Going into the bunker, and the unimportant characters going back to the cabin.
What I was thinking about you when you were trying to read my mind before.
I suppose so.
You don't like rape. You don't like the idea of being raped.
No! Obviously not! Why would you even ask that?
You're lucky the world doesn't know about people like you. What do you suppose will happen when they do? What name will they give people who rape other people's minds, Doctor?
I don't know.
Why was you don't like rape not the most awkward part of this scene?
The acting to this point hasn't been Oscar-worthy, but I think it's slowly deteriorating over the course of the film.
Extraterrestrial.
That's right. It was recovered from a crash site of a UFO in this area some time ago. Most likely a probe used to communicate to its home planet.
Is this some kind of radio transmitter?
Huh, it's a lot more than that.
So let me see if I got this straight. The secret underground facility in the middle of nowhere has a magical alien orb in it, and the US military, instead of using it, is keeping it hidden and doesn't want the alien to have it back. The alien it's heavily implied the orb belongs to. Like, no reason given as to why the alien shouldn't have it. Like, I want the alien to have it, honestly. No one said he was going to destroy the Earth with it, he'll probably take it and leave. That's a lot to take in, but that's what happens when you put the entire plot of your movie in the last 20 minutes. So the pointless character who hasn't died yet is acting suspicious. Well, no one's acting at this point, but he just kinda is suspicious. Haha, surprise!
Guns don't work.
Hey look, the other doofus died.
Where do you think the technology came from for that technological Satan down in that basement? It's a source more powerful than all of our nuclear technology combined and multiplied exponentially.
You don't actually know what the word exponentially means, do you? Oh no, suspicious character was suspicious. Then the FBI man blows the shit out of the cabin they were in.
Okay, that was pretty cool.
And then, I don't know, Dr. Psychic MD gets the orb and the suspicious doctor is murder-cycled?
I know how to kill that thing.
And it isn't with guns that have clearly not been working so far like we thought. Yeah, they blow it up. The end.
I'll admit, did not expect a movie called Murdercycle to be about CIA agents and aliens. Then again, I didn't expect it to be that boring.
Full moon movies, good or bad, tend to at least be memorable. But man, this is just bland and predictable. Which is really disappointing that this is the first full moon picture I've reviewed. I don't recommend this film, but I promise, it gets better.
Well, this has been Matt's Fun Time Bad Movie Show, and it looks like we got a really unlucky Friday coming up. And yes, I know Friday the 13th was last week. So when we come back, things are about to get gayer.
shit, what?
So, like, the only reason the alien has a motorcycle is so they can call the film Murdercycle. Full Moon never ceases to amaze.